Hello, I'm Sonia Wood from Oikos, and here we are in June, and it's winter here in South Africa. On the previous clip I shared with you about those in their autumn years, and I touched on a few of the things here to show you just in preparation to spend time and visit those in their autumn years. I also showed you this little box, and I showed that inside the box was some crocheting to take for Oma or Granny or whoever it may be, to teach your little children in their spring years about a craft, a handcraft of some kind. But I just want to take it to the time before that, the preparation for going to visit those in their autumn years. It could be that you don't have people personally in your own family in their autumn years or winter years of their life. But I know for a fact that there are many, many elderly, lonely people out there. And so I'm going to encourage you to spend time with those in their autumn years, even if you don't have the blessing or the privilege of having Oma and Opa and Granny and Grandpa still around. So, to bring your attention back to this little box, in the last clip I showed you that our daughter had made this little box, just covered it with brown paper and used potato stamp to make it pretty. But you could also have your children make a little bag and put things in it to take to the elderly when you go to visit them. And in the previous one, we had some crocheting in here, a little crochet hook and a ball of wool. And in this one, we have some scriptures. So what we did in our Bible study time is we got the children to either draw the scripture themselves, write it out, so they could put it in a little box or a little bag to take with when they went to visit those in their autumn years, and bless them with something that came out the box. It either could be a little scripture, or I just had to pop this in here to show you that one of our children wanted to do this little box because we were learning origami at the time. And they put in here some little beads because Granny was doing beadwork at the time. So I just thought it was really sweet. I mean, you can imagine how much that touched Granny's heart, that her little granddaughter came and gave her this little box filled with little beads in it. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to suggest and bring to your awareness of what something else you can do is, if your children come up with a question during the course of your teaching them and whatever you're doing, learning or just sitting around the dining room table, whatever it might be, and they ask a question that you think is a good question for Granny and Grandpa, Oma and Opa, the elderly, and you suggest to them, why don't you write that question on a little piece of paper and let's put it in our box to go and ask the next time we go visiting. And then you collect those little questions and you put them in a little box, a little bag like that. And then when the children arrive to visit, they've actually prepared. They've got something to present, something to give. And then you can take it the next step, and once the answer has been given to that question, it can either be written down then, or once you get home, you can put it in the book, or have a little box of treasures, which we have. This is why I'm telling you this, because this has become very valuable in our lives. So I'm sharing it with you. We've got a little box of the answers that we got from Granny and Grandpa and Nan and Bumpy, who they are fondly known as. That's why I've got the photographs here of the grandparents, because we are honoring them in this time. And we collected the pearls that they gave us, and we put them in a little special box and that is something now you can imagine how valuable that is to us. And as I said, it doesn't have to be your own personal parents, grandparents. It can just be precious, special people in the winter and autumn of their lives, members from church or community, wherever it might be. I just want to really encourage you to be intentional, to take time to do this. I want to be bold enough now and say to you, rather take something else out of your week. Don't do something else that might be packed into your very full schedule, and remove something else to make place and time for spending time with those in their autumn and winter years. It really, really is worthwhile. I know people are very busy and they don't have time for these things anymore, but that's why I'm here, to encourage you to make time for them. It's going to be worth it.